tired. It's 20 after 5. I'm going to go back to the tower. I'm going to try and get one of those carp. A little different fishing strategy today. I'm not going after big bass. Brought the fly rod. I haven't used the fly rod in, man, at least 5 years for sure. Been a while. Well, I love catching bass and panfish on that thing. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, sun's not up yet. It's coming. Let's see what happens. Oh, I know I hit that one. So, I need to come up with a handy dandy spear. I just gotta spot him. There he is, right straight ahead of me. Hey! Oh, jeez! Man. I got one on. Oh. Yeah, gotta be. I just hope it holds. Which it didn't. Oh, man. Broke the wire off. Dang. Alright, I'm going home. I gotta figure something out here. That was fun. Well. Now I know. I got another shaft at home. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rig up. I got a frog spear with a long handle on it. I'll take the spearhead off. I'll put the end of the fiberglass spear into the wooden one. Tie it to a stupid long rope, 3/16 rope, so that the tip can come out of the shaft. I'll show you. That's frustrating. That fish was right there too. Well, I made it home. So this is the crossbow that I made in school that I shot the fish with that I broke the wires off of. I have 3 more of these arrows, or 2 more. And yeah, I'm not doing that again. So this one here is made out of a boat oar. And this oar is from the 70s. And it was off our 10-foot John boat that we had back then. And when we moved off the farm and moved to town, my cousin and I noticed a ton of carp in the West Fork. And we'd go after school and walk up and down the West Fork spearing carp. This is the only way. This is the kind where you stab it, push it to the bottom, and slide them up on the bank like a pitchfork, basically. The thing worked pretty good, though. It's heavy. This one this is my toad stabber. That's all it's good for. It's way too lightweight. And carp would just bust that right up. And this is the one that I've been working on. But it's too flimsy. Too long, too flimsy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this handle and I'm going to incorporate about 2 or 3 feet of this into the handle. And then I made this tip. These are all bushings and stuff I bought at Baumgart's. That's a bushing. This is a bushing. A steel sleeve is what they really call it, but it's a bushing. Then this is a piece of 1/4 inch stainless shaft. I got a bushing around this end. I drilled a hole through it and put a roll pin in it, and I made this flipper. And I can't get it to open up anymore, because if I cut that open right here, when it lays down, there's not enough strength right here. So I need that to be like that. I got to sharpen this. I'm going to sharpen it like a hypodermic. Just a long, straight, so I can puncture easy. Because there won't be anything fast about this. It's going to be slow. And then what you do is, I might put a longer rope on this though. The idea is that when you stab the fish, they can, instead of breaking your tip off, they can pull this out, pull the tip out, and slide to a specified length, and then basically you've gotten a large fishing rod to try and get them back to you with. But I don't know how that's going to work either. I don't really care. All I know is I want something that works. And I would love to go get a bow fishing kit for my archery bow. But I don't want my deer bow to smell like fish. Because deer know that fish don't belong in trees. And they'll know something's up. So I'm not doing that. But I could just go get a whole kit. But then I couldn't make anything. I love fabricating. as you can see. So I have cut off a little over 2 feet of this. It's electric fence rod is what it is. And I'm going to end up putting at least this much inside the wood handle. I got to cut this off, and then I got to clamp this on, and this is my 3/8 hole here, and then this thing has marks in it right there, so that's the center of the hole. And if I can get this thing on there and keep it lined up, I should have a straight hole. But we'll find out. Got my longer piece of rope here. What I did is I coated it with bowstring wax. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do to this one. And then I gotta come up with something better on the tip. Because if that fish pulls that knot out, then I gotta make another one of these. These are not fun to make. It's interesting, but it's not fun. Well, here it is in progress. I got the tip sharpened, and that puppy is sharp, like my fingerprints stick to it. And I put the longer rope on. Once again, I coated it and smashed in some bowstring wax, and that is to help the wear on this nylon cord, and also to make it waterproof, which nylon is not going to hurt it, but it'll help it slide through this collar a lot easier. This hole in this collar is cut or drilled at an angle, so when the point pulls out of here, after the fish is hit, and then this expands inside the fish, and the fish is here and he's trying to swim away, this comes through nice and easy. And he can pull it right to the end there. And then he's got approximately 2 feet that he can flail around with and not break this. So I've got this fiberglass shaft goes clear back to about here, and it's all epoxied in there. And then I took a pin and drilled clear through and put a pin in it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stainless wire, and I'm going to start here, and I'm going to wrap it all around this, like clear down to here. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know, time for a shotgun or something. Or I could just catch them with a fishing rod, but it's not what I want. I want something a little primal and a lot more sport to this, because you got to sneak up on them. Third time's a charm, I hope. Oh, they're all over up here today. There's 2 more up here. Look at them things flailing around over there, right at the edge of the weed line. That one up there looks like he's in about 6 inches of water. Oh, that's a big one. Look at them. There's like 2 or 3 of them right there. There's another one straight across from me on the other side. I think that worked. It did. That worked pretty good. Now, I gotta get him, or it, and about 40 pounds of weeds. I gotta get to shore or something. I'm gonna get soaking wet here. Look at that pig. Alright. Let's see if I can worm my way over. Come on. My butt's all wet. Well, that thing went right in there. If I could just get him in the boat. Oh my God. That's a big carp. Now, I'm gonna get, nope, don't be doing that. I think he's bleeding all over. Alright, I gotta get to shore. Stop, don't. He's got that thing poking through, clear through him. Oh, pretty gooey. Pond water. Listen. Stop. That's pretty cool. I worked on this thing quite a bit yesterday. This ain't the biggest one I've seen, but there's a lot of bait on him. Now I gotta get that point back out of him, which I know I can do it, trust me. Well, I like my spear. He's just staying out of reach. Circling me. I didn't have to do it like a drive-by. Ooh, there's a big one. I wish I was up in the air. There's a big one. Come on, buddy. Come this way. This water is so muddy. There was one sitting right there, about a foot and a half down. I couldn't even see it. Clouds went away, the sun came out, and they stopped. Oh my God, he ran into my kayak. That was creepy. You know how like a whale will push a boat up out of the water? That's what it felt like. That was weird. This is like bow hunting. Sit and wait. Sit and wait. You know, if I was smart, I would have put out like a 10-pound can of corn yesterday. Or I could have come put it out, went back to the truck, taken a nap, or finished sleeping at least, and come back out here about 7. I want one like that big monster that I saw right over there. It was like one that I saw the other day. I remember if it was yesterday. Could have been Saturday, I don't know. That's a nice one there. And he'll be gone by the time I get there. I find that they're doing it at they're breaking water about 3 or 4 times, and then they quit for a while. Well, I would say today was an overall success. It's a 10-pound carp. My spear works. I took 3 more shots at carp that were under the water. And what I would do is I would get that kayak moving right along and just go right through the weeds and just let it glide. And there's more carp in there than I even think. There's a lot of them that you don't see on the surface that are just sucking on the weeds underneath. And anyway, I took 3 shots, and I forgot about the angle of refraction, which is something important when you are trying to stab something underneath the water. But anyway, the 3 of those were clean misses. They did get a piece of that one, but they're not, it's like they're spawning. Obviously that one is, that's a male. But the mornings when these things are tailing though, they're feeding, those are the best ones because you can sneak right up on them. But I am going to get my fillets off of that, cube him up, put him in a Ziploc. Away I go, catfishing. I bought some of that catfish nectar that comes in the little red bottle. I'm going to soak some of this stuff. See if that nectar's worth it or not. we'll give her a try. Fillet knife sharp. Anyway, that's all you need. Tailgate, fillet knife, some kind of cutting board. And this is a 1 gallon Ziploc. And I probably got half a gallon of meat out of that 10-pound fish. Already cubed up.